Okay, there we go. I got my start, cut my teeth. I was in high school when I first read this book, Tree Crops, A Permanent Agriculture by J. Russell Smith. It's the first time that I ever saw the two words together, permanent and agriculture, and I'd never bothered to think that agriculture of the plow was not permanent, that I thought that's just the way things always were. But if you guys haven't read Tree Crops by J. Russell Smith, first written 1926, I highly recommend it. I really enjoy this particular edition. I think it was a 1981 version with the introduction by Wendell Berry. And then, of course, after that, I bumped into the work of Bill Mollison, Permaculture, Permanent Agriculture. And what I liked so much about permaculture was a design methodology. And if you read any book on permaculture, go right back to the Permaculture Designer's Manual. And that basically is the summary of how we should approach our design processes with any piece of land anywhere. And from one of his Australian public broadcasting movies, I guess you'd call it that, the Global Gardener, I heard him say this, and these lines changed my life, is the aim is to create systems that are economically sound or ecologically sound and economically viable. And it can be as simple or as sophisticated as you like. What I like about this is this seems to me like the holy grail of human society, human economy, human culture, is that if we can live our lives in an ecologically sound manner, we won't screw anything up. As a matter of fact, if we use a little bit of intelligence and a little bit of planning and a little bit of change on our part and adaptation on our part, we can actually be a benefit to the environment and produce higher yields of clean air, clean water, food, fuel, medicines, fiber, building materials. All the things that we need are supplied by this planet for us, as long as we don't impinge upon the system's ability to produce into the future. That's one of the holistic management framework foundational principles, is that you do not do anything that will deteriorate the resource base in the future. We only do things that maintain it or help it to be more productive into the future. And so, in summary, really, restoration agriculture, what we're doing is we are redesigning agriculture. By agriculture, I mean our staple food crops agriculture, how we produce our carbohydrates, proteins, and our oils, our staple crops. We're going to design agricultural systems that produce those staple food crops, and we're going to model them after nature. We're agricultural biomimicry.